saw Talon out there not wearing anything on his hand, and I want to know if that's a recent development and where he stands on his comeback trail.
Yeah, he got his stitches out, and they're hopeful to have him start doing some shooting tomorrow. But still on track with the timetable that we laid out a few weeks ago.
What about Kendrick?
Still on track with the same timetable.
Oh,
He's still not been moving yet,
Oh.
staying off of it.
And Wayne? Because we going on that.
Wayne is going to practice with the G League today. You have to assign him, by the rules or whatever. But it's just to go down to practice here. Just to get some live work. Our practice was just light scripts and film. So for him to get some live work, he's going to work with the G League today.
What impressed you the most about the defense last night?
I just think the commitment. We've been really harping on, the necessary ingredient of building an elite defense to achieve what we want to achieve this year, and it takes commitment. It's reflected in the number of deflections we had, 37, and deflections are indicative of your overall activity level. And your overall activity level is reflective of your overall commitment, to be great on that side of the ball. And all those things were great for us last night.
When it comes to Russ's defense, he was expressing that traditionally he's maybe played more of the role that LeBron plays in your defense, sort of getting blocks, getting steals, kind of maybe he made it sound a little bit like that free safety role that LeBron has. Is it, what have you seen from him trying to make the shift to being a perimeter guy in your scheme and adapt?
Yeah, he's very coachable. He's trying to do what we're asking him to do, and it is a little bit different for him. I think for a lot of our guys, Bron, AD, Melo, Russ, it's a lot of their careers they've had a lot of dirty work guys around them, and that now they all have to support each other in that way, and really commit to guarding their own man and executing our scheme. And I feel like Russ is doing a good job of that.
Non sequitur, but you had 32 points off of 27 turnovers yesterday. Is that a number you look at and you see room for improvement? Is that a number that seems encouraging because you have some room to add to that, or what do you think about that number?
That's a good number. You mean in terms of like, are we converting enough?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of those are, they don't necessarily always lead to breaks. You know what I mean? So that stat can be a little bit misleading, but I think if our activity level is good and we're getting a third of our points off of the other team's turnovers, that's a good thing for us.
Mike Trudell.
Hey Frank, just curious if you see what kind of differences you see defensively for LeBron in the small lineup versus the routine one, and just if it requires any more of him as a helper, and how that would go over the course of Dayton's game.
Yeah, I mean his coverages can be different. It depends what the other team's lineup looks like. Sometimes they have 4 perimeter players and a big, and sometimes, like we saw last night, if he's matched up with someone like Christian Wood, who is a lot of times the screener in action more than the ball handler in action. So the coverages are slightly different, but I was really impressed that he seamlessly picked that up without any work, and just executed sort of the big man responsibilities as as guarding the screener as opposed to guarding the ball. He did it really well, but it's going to depend on matchups.
Bill Horn.
Hey Frank, after we talked to you last night, Melo said that he feels like there's a misconception about him in terms of his willingness to be adaptable throughout his career. And I'm curious, are there things that you've learned about him since he's joined you guys from maybe when his name first came up in the offseason that has impressed you or surprised you about him as a teammate or as just somebody to have in your program?
Yeah, I think first I'd say probably just the care factor on that side of the ball. Reputations are reputations, but he's had the mindset to come in and pull his own weight and then some on the defensive side of the ball and be part of a great defense. So he asks good questions, make sure he's sharp with all of our coverages, And, you know, I think the more specific thing is that, you know, something you don't see when you're coaching against him is he's a great communicator defensively, which, you know, you don't know that playing against him, but, you know, he's really one of our best guys out there calling out the action, make sure our guards' feet are changing, you know, when screen and rolls are happening and things like that. And, you know, if you got a great communicator on defense, that really helps everything. So I'd say those two things.
Davide?
Hi, Coach. Davide from Italy here.
What's up, Davide?
Melo Anthony. Hi, I'm good. You?
Good.
Melo is already in the conversation for sixth man of the year, even if we're just 7 games into the season. Did you expect him to have such an impact so soon with your team?
Well, I was really excited about signing him, and I thought he could have a huge role on our team, and he's off to a great start. So I don't think I should say I'm surprised, you know, but this is what we were sort of hoping for with him coming in. And you know, obviously there's a lot of basketball still to be played. It's super early in the season. Hopefully he can continue his early success.
I think Dave has a follow-up, last one.
Fred, you used the term swag with Rondo a couple years ago, that he brought that element to your group, and Russ believes that he's able to kind of show that side of his personality at this stage of his entry into your group. What have you seen from that side of how Russ expresses himself and how the group maybe responds to it?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's someone that you have to account for, you know what I mean? And the intensity with which he plays the game, you know, does give your team a certain level of confidence, you know, like you referred to in the Rondo analogy, you know, and I think that just benefits everything we're doing.